trunk,
Okay,
like this one over here.
you cut the limb too far away from the trunk.
And, you know, this is what my next door neighbor was telling me. I don't know this, you know more than I do about this, but he said that, this stub here is likely a route for some of this lichen to get in here and to have.
A next door neighbor told you that?
Yeah, that's what he told me. Is that?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're out here. But, there's that limb up there
Okay, yeah.
that's dead and needs to go.
Yeah, that's a big one. Oh my,
Yeah, that's a big one.
I wouldn't even let. Yeah, that has to be done ASAP.
Yeah.
With the little guy out here.
Especially.
Oh my gosh.
And some of these other, like there's some dead stuff off those that need to go. This just needs some general maintenance.
And what these wounds do
Yeah.
is
Careful, because
nature can't seal over any wounds that are bigger than 5 inches in diameter.
Oh.
Like there's a ceiling. You see this right below this crotch, Sam.
Right. Yeah.
So what we want to do is keep this tree vigorous.
Right.
Fortunately,
Good.
it does not. Yeah, it doesn't have. Oh yeah, I found a single gall.
Yeah.
But compared, if you look around other pin oaks and red oaks,
Yeah.
they're loaded.
Yeah.
So this is loving life here.
It seems to be pretty vigorous, man.
But it does have a lot of hazard deadwood.
It does. I see that,
Whoa.
buddy.
Okay. And I knew about that, but
So that's that guy, and then he had some this oak had a bunch of English ivy coming up it that I've beat back.
yeah. So the eye and the lichen, it shows you have some pretty clean air around here, really.
Well, that's good.
Some good oxygen for that to survive.
And so this guy, again.
Yeah, hazard.
Yeah, exactly. Woodpeckers.
As much as we love the woodpeckers up there, we don't want to fall in anywhere near the dog or the little guys. So that's got to be really,
brought down.
yeah.
And this was all. I don't know if it was like this when you came here, but from basically this area all the way down to the fence line there, this was all overgrown with bush fence.
Yeah. We had come in and cleaned and thinned, and it was really an art. They were shaped. Honeysuckle, if left unkempt, just grow unruly.
Yeah.
But they came from Europe here, I guess, in the 30s and 40s for a reason. Because if they were trimmed nice,
right,
they could be a desirable tree. But no one does that. We do that, but they opted to take them out because it's really a lot of management.
Well,
So-
and it just gets out of control and
It does.
chokes out everything
It
else.
does. It
So
does.
We just laid waste.
Right. Okay, you guys did this. That's good.
It was like a football field worth of.
Right. I can agree with that. And then you got all the space to put in some desirable or native stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're planning to do. So this guy, again, he, like, I don't know about this branch that's coming off here, like whether that one needs to go.
And again, the only reason I wouldn't at this point, Sam, is because if you plan on staying here
I do.
well, then
Forever.
within 10 years, a hollow will develop here,
Okay.
and it'll,
Rot it out.
yeah, just the,
It's a woodpecker.
what am I trying to say? It just.
Just not.
See, okay, this crotch is a strong crotch.
Yeah.
If this crotch was a hairline split, I'd even say put a cable in it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not.
Okay. Well, good.
And so the I don't know what I'm trying to say is if it would open it up to decay and it would just compromise the strength of the entire trunk.
Then I don't.
Yeah.
I want to keep all these trees healthy.
I'll
so-
just take that stub off for looks
Yeah. Okay.
and one piece of deadwood up there.
Yeah.
So this tree just has a couple things.
I don't know. I'm really. I love trees. I can't identify what this one is. These-
That's a wild black cherry
Okay.
that the birds love,
Okay.
and it's got a cockamamie look because the line clearance through the years.
Exactly. But that one again, like that was under siege from all the honeysuckle.
So I always go and I look at the backside. I make sure the ground isn't bulging and it's not ready to keel over.
It's fairly strong.
Yeah, it's got fairly good anchoring.
Yeah.
I would check this every once in a while just to make sure it's not slowly uprooting.
Yeah, great.
Just because of all the weight. Oh, it's not. So
Good.
that's good then.
Yeah, that one had a big old thing of honeysuckle next to it. A lot of I mean, this is overrun with grapevines too. A lot of them were starting to come up the trunks of those cherries and get after them. So really they'd waste all that stuff.
This is
That's a maple.
yeah, and this is the roughest around the edges.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because this was declining way back when.
Yeah.
And you know, it probably boils down to years ago when the deck was put in, and there were probably some pretty important roots that were cut, and so if they're hacked and they're not carefully hand pruned, so sinker roots can go down. They just see there's a mushroom there. This tree will someday be a removal because it was slowly, but it's declining so slowly. It could be a while down the road. Now, there's a steel cable in there. I see. Yeah, we never put in. Okay, we had done that sling.
Yeah.
Years ago, because someone put a steel cable here, and that's just way too low.
Come on down here.
You see this hairline split?
Yeah.
That's a synthetic cable we put up. We should probably leave that, but follow through with either a new synthetic, or I would put an stainless steel cable in there.
Okay.
Having said that,
Yeah.
there's no hairline split on this side,
Okay. Well, that's good.
you know, but just as a prevention.
Yeah. Barney, come on. Calvin, come on.
So
Hey, Barney. Not tell him no. Barney. Every day, all day. All day, every day. All day, every day. We go over the same stuff about the dog, don't we? All day, every day. 6 or 7 times a day. Sometime it's gonna have to sink in, buddy.
but Sam, this is, you can see it's just loaded with hazard dead.
Well, it's, you know, if anytime a high wind comes through, I'm out here picking them up, you know.
Right.
And as far as like the wood that comes down, I don't know what you usually do with it, but I'll burn it.
Yeah, we'll cut it in the firewood. We do that all the time.
Great.
That old mulberry's the survivor there.
Yeah, I mean, that one was under siege by grapevines.
Sure, he's got some character. I love it.
Yeah, so, you know, I like that one because the birds come by.
Not much you do to it.
This one here, I think it's another one of those black cherries, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
But as you can see, you know, that thing had a ton of English ivy
Yeah.
crawling up it. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's good.
yeah.
It was starting to decay the outer bark.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Good, good. Here's another one here that again, you know, you can see kind of all the vines that have come up there that we've taken down, you know, cut off at the base.
Another wild black cherry.
This obviously is dead. That can get felled, you know, it's just close to the line.
Yeah, that needs to come down. Okay.
And then this I think is another maple here.
Yeah. Now he's not real vigorous.
Yeah.
And I would do a root treatment on this guy
Okay.
with a material called Canvas Stat
Cool.
that we use around construction damaged trees. I'm not a big chemical fan, except just a handful of things. And when I send you an email of the proposal, I'll shoot you a link of the science behind Canvas Stat,
Cool.
just so you know about it, because it's not fertilizer, but the growth on that is just so tiny.
Yeah, it's really, and it's not like it's starving for light either.
Well, right, not yet.
Yeah.
And the tulip poplar and this.
Yeah, the tulip poplar again. It's just like there's a few things there that just need to be
Wonderful
cleaned up.
tree. Yeah,
It's beautiful.
a full crown cleaning.
Yeah.
That would be the tree that we would put a rope in for your boy, and
Yes.
over the years you'll have hundreds of hours of hang time, air time.
Bill, got you figured out. Look at that.
Yeah.
I think that's a hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, the way he's flapping.
It's an owl?
Oh,
'Cause we
no.
got a breeding pair.
Yeah, I guess it's a hawk. I just for a second
We got a
thought.
breeding pair of barred owls here around here.
Oh, nice.
Calvin and I have tracked a couple times, haven't we, Calvin?
Actually, I love bad owls.
You,
He sure does.
can you go?
Oh, that was really good, wasn't it? He can do about the best barred owl call I've ever heard. This is a black currant.
Yeah, a black Tupelo.
Tupelo.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Again,
Or sour gum.
sour gum. That's what it is. Yeah, black gum. Yeah.
It's got the two most beautiful red foliage.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
In at least in the country. I
Yeah.
don't know about the rest of the world, but it just there's nothing like this red.
It's wonderful,
Huh?
man.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one just needs a clean up.
Just a little bit of a cleanup, not as much as that, but it does need some.
Yep.
And I don't see any low branches that, sometimes people ask, well, what about this low branch, that low? But the crown height, I think, looks good. Just the hangers and the broken things, some of the interior suckers. And, oh, there's a big dead piece way up high, about 45 feet up, 50 feet up. So, yeah. So I will shoot something to you. And we could get on this next week, I think. Before sap flows for that big oak. I don't like making live cuts.
Yeah, when they're starting to.
And
waking up.
once spring and summer come, we like to just deadwood things, not cut any live tissue, because oaks are getting vascular diseases because guys are cutting on live branch during growing season.
Yeah.
So,
That's another tulip poplar there.
so that's got some
Yeah.
just a token piece or two.
Yeah.
This has just got some thinning and cleaning up.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to leave it low as a buffer to the street, or this would be one that if you wanted raised up higher, it would raise
Some
it?
of these I would like a little raised up.
A little raised up, okay.
'Cause
Okay.
I've got to get I just found this the other day, but there's a drain pipe here.
Uh-huh.
I've got to get a cover for it because it's like a hole in the ground. And
Okay.
You and I think it's right there.
Oh, right here.
Somewhere, yeah. Right over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that.
Wow.
I just discovered that the other day.
That's an ankle twister.
Yeah, that would eat up a kid's ankle.
Yeah. Just clean up this spruce.
Yeah.
But you may or may not be aware of this. It's
am.
probably on your property.
Well, we've been talking about it at the neighborhood meeting. I think they've tried in the past to convince the town to come out, and I think they've.
Or
refused
MSD. I wonder if MSD has jurisdiction in this. Because if it falls and it clogs up the creek, hey,
Yeah.
might want to scope that out. But we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah. But we're in the process. The next honeysuckle thinning is going to happen down here because there's a couple black walnuts back here. And some other stuff that I really want to see thrive.
You'd have a little walk down to your creek with some of this.
Well, that's what we want to do because we really like to go down there and look at the frogs. And,
Sure, and you have to fight your way through the bramble.
right, and poison ivy in there.
My gosh. Can make a little nature trail
So
someday.
that's what we're talking about doing. Maybe make a little fort back there.
If you want the chips, we can chip on site. It wouldn't be, it'd be a beginning. It wouldn't be much, but
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to put together, something like even try and get some wild mushrooms.
and then if these came out, you might have someone that could knock these out. But if we knocked them out, or whoever you had clean this out,
I'll do
if
it. Yeah.
chip it on site.
Well, that's what, you know, when we cleaned out that back area there, we had so much that I hired a guy to come out because I was just so sick of it.
Sure.
But if I had to do it again,